Meanwhile, Newcastle will host a Roosters outfit on Saturday night, likely to have plenty of bumps and bruises from Origin 1. Not that the Knights are counting on it. They know the key to winning is repeating their approach against the Eels. A week away from the playing field for Herman Esiesi, but not from training.
All the boys thought it was a weekend off, but still got pretty touched up.
He saw enough in their drought-breaking win to believe the tide has turned, particularly for Daniel Saifidi.
I'll probably say he was the best on ground. He's still a young prop, and I'm a young prop as well. We're just learning every weekend. I'm just really happy that he's found his groove again.
It was a much better effort from the boys all around the paddock. We spoke through the week just about being a desperate team and stopping tries, and we were able to do that on the weekend.
The Roosters present a different challenge though. The Knights know that well, flogged in their early season fixture, and they're not letting Origin be a distraction.
I'm expecting most of their Origin players to back up again. There are a lot of tough boys in that team, so I'm expecting them to come out like they're firing always, and we'll prepare like they're going to come out with a strong side.
Josh King has been named on the bench. Jacob Lilliman is a chance to move into the 17, but he's battling a groin injury. Either way, confidence is high.
I think we've got the fourth back to match them. Should do a good job in it.
Injury kept him out last year, but Hunter motocross ace Chad Reed will return to Australia in November to contest Sydney's AusX Open. He faces a huge challenge to regain the crown, with current world champion Jason Anderson coming back to defend his title.
I want the AusX Championship trophy back. It's, with Jason winning last year, that put him in great position. Going to Oz and racing the champ, getting to see where he's at and where I need to be at. But of course, it's Oz. I'm ready to throw down, and I think I got something for him.
Reed is a 3-time winner of the event. The Hunter Valley has played host to plenty of sporting shootouts over the years, but rarely one like this. The country's best traditional archers will take aim at Black Hill this long weekend in one of the sport's biggest events.
It's all about getting back to basics. Wooden arrows and bows. There's no high-tech here. Traditional archery forces bowmen and women to shoot old school.
There are other archery clubs out there that shoot compounds, and they just shoot round targets like you see at the Olympics and all that. We shoot 3D targets, which is animal lifelike. And the equipment, just straight out traditional. A lot of people make their own bows and their own shafts.
As Australia's largest traditional-only club, the Hunter contingent is looking to preserve and celebrate the sport as an historic craft.
This weekend we're holding our 19th gathering. We hold it every June long weekend. And we're expecting about 150-odd people to turn up in Victoria, Queensland, all around New South Wales.
The friendly 2-day tournament will see competitors rely on their skill and a little luck.
We have cubs, juniors and adults, males and female. We have set out three 10-target ranges. We have a bow bird, and we have the speed range. Speed range is basically run on time.
Meredith Gibbs, NBN News.
I tell you what, they're not a bad shot.
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah, incredible.
Thank you. Next up, Gavin Morris with all the weather. Time now to check in with Gavin Morris for the latest on the weather.
Thank you, Tash. Well, the rain is coming to an end. A nice little break, but there's a little more set to return. A lovely display of anti-crepuscular rays here. That is rays that happen in a sky that is opposite to the sun. And a nice little shot from Eddie. Thank you so much. The past 24 hours, we saw moderate falls locally. It was heavier to the north and also to the south up until 9 o'clock this morning. Very wet in the Pilbara as well. Now, the next couple of days have been really nice, actually, if it wasn't for this high-level cloud. This is riding in and the jet stream. It's actually good news for southern inland New South Wales. It'll be producing rain as we move towards Friday, and it'll arrive our way on Saturday or across the weekend into Sunday with another change there moving in behind it. But leading up to that system's arrival, we've got some decent conditions. It'll dry out locally as the rain contracts further north. You've got this high ridging out there right across the region, making for drier, milder weather and calming the oceans further. It's going to be cloudy with light, widespread rain for southern Australia, and that's keeping temperatures down. Finding up for Sydney as the rain moves north to Brisbane, and there's a good example of how much it's warming up throughout the interior yet again. Taking a look at the radar, the last of the heavy falls there pushing through, clearing, and the showers now less frequent, starting to really back off across the region, but it was cold again with that thick layer of cloud keeping temperatures to a minimum. A very small temperature swing of about 7 degrees for most, even less there around Newcastle and suburban areas of just 5 degrees. Humidity is high, of course, as you'd expect, with these southerly winds which are going to switch around to the northeast tomorrow. So a little bit of a northerly influence means that it's going to be milder and it's going to be predominantly fine as well. A little bit of leftover cloud, but not much. We should see a little bit of sunshine and temperatures escaping the teens. So it's going to be quite a comfortable winter's day, in fact. So not half bad. And we should get a little bit of sunshine in before that high-level cloud comes through, which is probably going to shut everything back down again somewhat during Friday. Probably even tomorrow afternoon it's travelling quite quickly. But otherwise we're looking at the low 20s. Really sad news for the upper Hunter, not really receiving anything of significance as far as this rain is concerned. It was very much a coastal affair as expected, but you'll get a little bit on the weekend from that next system, but again, total small. Swell is leaving us again. It's really settling down with that high over the Tasman. Looking at a low tide tomorrow morning at 8:45, so the high there in the Arvo. Sun's rising about 10 to 7 and down at 4:54. The moon there waning away. Pretty dark in the coming days. There's that next system coming through. Totals from it small. Widespread light rain developing as the cloud moves in, and then we've got onshore winds and showers there as we move into early next week, so it's a short little break. We'll get a little bit of rain, again total small for the upper Hunter, widespread, most locations will get about 5 millimetres. Near a mountainside you might get a little bit more than that. 10 millimetres would be handy, anything at all really, but cold underneath all of that cloud for the weekend for the valley as well. It'll be affecting the central coast too, building there Friday and then spilling across the region, clearing and then the change causing coastal showers. So surfers, the waves certainly settling down, a little bit of a lump and a bump in there too. There were a couple of guys venturing out today in between the showers, trying to make the most of it. But yeah, quality is down. It's going to be a little bit small again throughout tomorrow, but the wind's not as strong and moving around to the northeast. So, you know, just might be able to find yourself a little wave. Have to go and search the banks as well. A little bit cool and fresh in at the moment. Go the Blues.
Thank you, Gav, and that is NBN News for this evening.
Stay with us now. Our coverage of Origin 1 kicks off. From all the team here, have a great night.
Good night.